Record this once and get recorded again. So I've been watching the MCU and the commercials in a restaurant where two of the characters of Peacemaker talk about making a decision. Then all these universes, multiverses split off, and they talk about the multiverses in Loki and other stuff like that. And something was bothering me this whole time about that and other things. I'm not claiming to be a genius or an Einstein or even be smart enough to do the math or any of this other thing, but I kind of study this stuff just for fun. I'm not a genius, don't know. But anyhow, something bothered me. And I was sitting there thinking, okay, I'm going to turn this around. I hope. If I can do it. I can't. So anyhow, the difficulty is that I was thinking, they show the universe is coming off, you know, you have this one, then a choice is made, and then they have all these other multiverses coming off based upon that choice. Okay? And there's one timeline which you're on, and then all these other choices split off in another. Other probabilities. These are, to me, probabilities. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm hoping you can. Haven't been able to switch my camera. Know how to switch my camera back and forth between forward and backward. Sorry. I gotta learn that. How about that? So anyhow, that's the idea. That this is a choice. And the universe come on. But then I was sitting there thinking, what about the double split experiment? And you have the two slits in your thing, and then if you don't observe which one they go through, a single electron going through there, it creates a wave pattern where they interfere with each other, an interference pattern. But to me, that's because these are showing the probabilities of the electrons. Probabilities, I'm going to use this word again, probabilities or potential. The potential of the electrons. While if you observe which slit they go through, you end up with it collapsing to where you only have the two bars. There's no interference. They don't have the probability because you know where they're at. You don't have the probability. So to me, what I was thinking was that when you're here, it actually does the reverse. When you make a decision or a choice, it could be mental, but I'm thinking more actual. That's a more actual choice. This is a, let's say, a physical choice, like with the food, they make a choice. But the multiverses collapse down to this one. Not saying that other multiverses don't continue, other options, other potentials, there's that word again, potential, don't continue. But every time you make a choice, once that choice spot is made, those all collapse. They stop existing. Just like in your double split experiment, the potential is no longer there. The potential of all these possibilities are no longer there. So to me, beginning of the universe is that there was no potential. And then you had all the potentials, all the probabilities, all the chances. Even though some way down here are highly unlikely, they're still possible. And then as each choice or each thing happened, these started breaking. And eventually at the end of the universe, you're going to have all these probabilities coming in, and that's it. That's my idea. Sorry, I messed up the first video. I thought it was better. Here's the one. I tried to cover it. I know it's crazy. Don't worry about it. You can ignore it. But if you want to have fun with it, want to test it out, whatever, let me know. But I think that's, to me, that makes more sense. But hey, I'm not a mathematician. I'm not a physicist. I don't claim to be. I don't claim a lot of stuff. That's just something that popped in my head. Thanks. Bye.